Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome back to the Casual Consumer live stream. We've got a bunch of stuff that we're going to be talking about today. And first of all, several exclusives from Xbox are rumored to be going to other platforms. Namely, the most notable is PlayStation. And everyone's wigging out about it, especially the ones who invested their time and money into the Xbox universe. They're upset about it. Next, we're going to be talking about, and it got a little bit switched up. I do want to touch on the rumored handheld that Sony's supposed to be coming out with. So apparently the Portal was just kind of to see if people had a taste for a handheld coming out from Sony, but they said, okay, we'll give you something that you really want. So we'll touch on that. We might have enough time to get to it, but maybe not. So, just bear with us on this. This is a new setup. Worked all week on it, so it's going to be a little bit of everywhere. And then lastly, we're going to talk about Xbox. Again, it's not been a good week for Xbox. We're going to talk about how their console sales are on the decline, and this kind of coincides with what we've been hearing about their exclusives and them slowly getting themselves out of the console wars. So I'm wondering if this is a good move by them or if something absolutely catastrophic, right? So we're going to get to all of that. But here to help me out, we've got very sharp, thoughtful commentary coming from Gamer Geek. And we have Panda. He's here for the lols and the fun. Got him right here.
Hey, how are you?
And Lord Beerus, thank you, sir. We worked a long time on this, and we got up early, tried to get the get everything ironed out, and this is nerve-wracking for everybody. I tell you. Another one from Lord Beerus. The Resident Evil Queen is back. Yes, she is.
Somebody's trying to make me blush on camera today.
Yeah. He's going in, man. It's good to have you though, Lord Beerus. But as far as the exclusives we'll get into the article that talks about it in a second here. So we'll read through and then give our commentary. But first thoughts, what are we thinking about it? How do we feel about it?
Well, from my perspective, I think Xbox is getting outsold by PlayStation. They always have been. I think that, so take like Hogsmeade, the little exclusive that they had for Hogwarts Legacy on PlayStation, and now it's going over to other consoles.
Yeah.
I think it's great because not everybody can afford multiple consoles.
Right.
With the fact that Xbox is selling less, if they were to release some of their consoles even a couple months later, it could help them recoup some of that revenue.
Yeah.
PlayStation can't compete with Game Pass, period.
That's true.
And so, like, if they were to open that up on PlayStation, like the rumors say, it would make a killing.
Yeah.
It really would.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. And I do believe that as far as they have their exclusives, the ones that really drew people to their console. Don't get me wrong, that's awesome, but I don't think they've ever had a hit like, their Naughty Dogs, The Last of Us, God of War. They've never had a hit like that. And on top of Game Pass, a report came out, and we were talking about this offline, but their Game Pass is cannibalizing their physical sales. Walmart stopped selling their physical games because they just aren't selling that well, and that's because of Game Pass. So this kind of further kind of feeds into the rumor that, well, it's not really a rumor. I think they actually flat out said that they aren't going to compete with PlayStation, and PlayStation is primarily a console deal. So they're going to get out of the console market. I think this is their first big step into it. And, we're got to keep in mind that Phil Spencer, these are all just rumors until Phil Spencer comes out and flat out says, hey, this is what's going on. We're getting out of the console market. It costs way too much to make these consoles, especially with Game Pass doing so well. And we just got this humongous Rolodex of titles. We don't really need a console. You get Game Pass, you have access to our games, Activision, Blizzard. You should be set. You're good. Hmm. Hmm. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's gonna be Game Pass all the way.
Yeah, I think it'll stay digital.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking they were going to do,
Hmm.
was bring Game Pass to PlayStation, bring Game Pass to, I mean, you
Oh
can't really
man.
play anything on a Mac, but
Yeah, that's crazy. That would
but
be. Oh
I
my
do think
gosh.
that would be a good idea as far as money goes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The original Xbox, they made nothing on.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Hmm.
Bill Gates was actually like in the hole a bunch on that one,
Yeah.
and they didn't start making money until 360.
Yeah.
The 360s where they really got their traction and got their brand loyalty and
Yeah.
everything like that.
Hmm.
I understand how some fans are really mad, and they're like, well, why should I even buy an Xbox if I can just wait for PlayStation?
Yeah.
Well, everybody has their hardware preferences.
That's right.
Everybody can choose whatever they want. I don't think that if you're an Xboxer, you should jump ship
Right.
just because of a rumor,
Mhm.
or not play the console that you want or that you like or that you're most comfortable on. And unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of people talk about doing that right now,
Oh, yeah.
which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I think that as far as Microsoft goes, they've got Game Pass is like, they have such a huge potential
Yeah.
to bring that to PlayStation. If they brought it to there, I bet you, I know I would cancel my PlayStation Plus, and just go back to the bottom tier and just use Game Pass, because, we've got Game Pass on my son's Xbox.
Oh, right on. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be
That's
cool?
kind of what I was thinking they would do.
That'd be so cool. Let's get into the article real quick, and then we will get back to the commentary, and then look at some comments. All right. Well, let me, do this real quick. There we go. Now we're professional. All right. Exclusive Microsoft plans Starfield launch for PlayStation 5. For many weeks now, rumors have persisted regarding Microsoft's intentions to release a number of first-party games, namely Hi-Fi Rush. And I remember people weren't too upset about Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves because one is a really old game and one's not even like super exclusive. But according to our sources, who have asked to remain anonymous because they are not authorized to talk about company plans, that list of games also includes Bethesda Game Studios' Starfield, and we can add Gears of War to that too. Starfield release, we don't need to go through that. Now it looks as though Microsoft are planning on bringing Bethesda's newest RPG universe to an entirely new platform. According to sources, we understand that currently Microsoft are planning a launch of Starfield on PlayStation 5 post the release of the already announced Shattered Space expansion for Xbox and PC, which is on target to arrive at some point later this year. We've also been informed that Microsoft have made additional investment into PlayStation 5 dev kits to support ongoing development efforts, adding further fuel to the fire. That's so crazy. As the already existing rumors have suggested, the idea of bringing first-party titles to competing console platforms marks a massive change in strategy for Microsoft. And from what I understand, it's not been without fierce internal debate on this new direction. Releasing Starfield on PlayStation 5 contradicts the original statement around exclusivity made by President of Xbox Sarah Bond during the Xbox and Bethesda Game Studios Summer Showcase of 2021. And here's a quote from her. "It is awesome to share with you for the very first time one of the most anticipated games in the world from Todd Howard and the team at Bethesda Game Studios. A groundbreaking game, and yes, it's exclusive." According to sources, Microsoft senior leadership have reportedly debated the various pros and cons of releasing more of their exclusive software elsewhere, and internally, not everyone is necessarily happy with the decision, but recouping the potential money left on the table by releasing elsewhere has arguably won out. According to sources, Hi-Fi Rush's release on rival platforms is tentatively planned for Q1 this year, but really soon, and we've been advised to expect Microsoft to make a more public announcement, i.e. Phil Spencer. He put it on whatchamacallit, Twitter.
Well,
that's
X.
Right. I still call it Twitter.
I do too.
Yeah.
I don't know why he changed it.
Me neither.
Next week's topic.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, he owns it. He paid a pretty penny for it, so whatever. It is what it is. But with all that being said, I don't think it came out of the blue. It's like we kind of knew they were going to get out of the console market. We just didn't know when they were taking those steps. And I think now that their consoles are on the decline, as far as sales, their physical games are on the decline because of Game Pass. This doesn't seem like an out of the blue move to me. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Yeah.
They've also they haven't signed that deal with AMD yet to get the processors for their next gen console.
Oh shoot. That's right.
Yes.
And they were supposed to be having a mid generation refresh console, and that one was supposedly going to be all digital, and all those files that came out whenever they were battling the FTC over here. But yeah. So I mean, we do. Where does that put their refresh console at? What are they gonna do as far as the games going forward? It's just, it's really cool to ponder on. Until Phil Spencer comes out next Thursday. I'm sorry I interrupted you. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say, you got to remember that, like with Activision Blizzard, they were multi-platform.
Yeah.
It's always been that way.
That's right.
So as far as that goes, it's not going to hurt anybody.
Right.
One of the biggest games that I've seen a lot of people kind of, getting crazy about is the new Hellblade 2.
Yeah.
Which it started off on all of the platforms.
That's right.
And then Microsoft bought Ninja Theory, and now it's supposed to be an exclusive. Well, I mean, I could see it being exclusive for X amount of months, make PlayStation wait, or release it right away, because the fans, we're still all recovering from the Rona, so we're all still poor. Everything we've got is going to those $70 video games.
That's right. And this kind of, yeah.
Exactly.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. That was
Me
so
too.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're trying to reestablish another company. They're trying to. I saw one report on it and I haven't seen anything else on it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 And they were cheaper, yeah.
And they had them in stock.
Yes.
Like with PlayStation, because I'll tell you, I was mad having to wait for over a year and spend that much money to get that console. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you spent too much money trying to get these things done, and now you're paying for it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Sony's had this strategy in place since they came out with the second one. You know, they didn't. They just did a regular 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Then they did different versions starting with the 3, and they know what works.
Yes.
You know, they're doing the standard original. They're doing their slims, and then they're releasing pros.
Yeah.
And I think that they're doing it smart. No, you're good. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually love it.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Because Sony owns Spider-Man, so
That's right. Yes. It worked out for him.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, they also have a really great hit with The Last of Us
Mhm.
and Uncharted and even
Yes.
Horizon.
Yep.
Horizon Zero Dawn came out and blew everybody away.
Yeah, it did.
Their sequel, Forbidden West, has blown everybody away.
Mhm.
I've used photo mode on PlayStation for a lot of games, and I'm like, you can see every little hair on this person's arm.
Yeah.
You can see their pores. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
And I can record just right there from my PlayStation.
Yes.
My
Yep.
son's like, I need a card. I can only record 30 seconds. And I was like, well, you can borrow my video card if I'm in the room. Like this is all my streaming stuff.
All right. Yeah. Hmm. Oh my gosh. Sucker Punch. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah. Yes. And that's what I was gonna
Exactly.
say. It was like the allure of PlayStation started way back. Like obviously they continue to make hits, but if you like Jack and Daxter, if you liked Ratchet and Clank, yes, was Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah, was that a PlayStation exclusive, or was that
It
even?
was. It was.
Right on.
Mhm.
And then they had Spyro,
I know that
Crash
the
Bandicoot.
PlayStation 5 they did.
Yeah. They had all
Exclusive
these
at
good
launch.
games before,
Mhm.
Xbox even jumped into the fray, So they had brand loyalty already before, and they kind of started smelling themselves with the PlayStation 3. After PlayStation 2, they were like, we got this. We can take anyone. But I'm just saying, like, the hype for PlayStation, it started with the PlayStation 1. They came in and just tore up everything. I think they even kicked Sega out of the console market after that, So hmm. Yeah. That's right.
Yes.
Right on.
Well, another little tidbit that makes those commercials even better is that originally the PlayStation was what they were designing with Nintendo.
That's right. Yes.
And so
Yes.
and so they were doing it so they could compete with Sega. And then I don't know what happened. They had some sort of beef, and Sony was like, I'll just do this myself.
Exactly. All right.
Hold my beer.
They killed it after that. But on that, we're gonna get into some comments really quick. We have this one from Lord Beerus again. Allegations. LOL. Thanks for letting me. Oh wait, I gotta move this over a little bit. I'm sorry, Lord Beerus. I'm sorry. There we go. Okay, that was a long one, but it's the allegations. LOL. Thanks for letting me be here to cause chaos. You're always welcome.
We're glad to have you.
Yes, you're always welcome. We got another one from Lord Beerus. She's right though. And then we've got
About
another
the
one.
blushing.
Yeah. Fox, Geek, and Panda sounds almost like a Batman terrible trio. Fox, vulture, and shark. Hey, I like that. And then he says, Fox speaking the truth. True story. That looks like Tom from Adult Swim Toonami.
Do you like the mustache?
Yes. And then he says it's Twitter. And I don't remember what that was in reference to.
Because we were talking about how we still call it Twitter, even though they call it X.
Yeah. Right on. And then
I think I started finally calling it Twitter X.
I say Twitter/X. That's how I do. We got one from John DBZ. Sorry, John. This one says, ask the team what do they think about Rockstar thinking about putting a very high price on the new GTA, and the reason was because of hard work and time invested. They want the money for it. That is a really great question. Yeah, that's right. Yes.
In my opinion, you have for the last decade raked in money over GTA 5. You are making hand over fist. Yep. My kid actually came in this morning and was talking about, I want to do this membership and it's this much a month and all that for GTA 5. They are not losing money with all the time and effort that they're putting into GTA 6. They do not need to charge $100 for a standard version.
That's right.
Exactly. Like it's been like the last 3 consoles or 2 consoles.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's hilarious. So. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I can see them doing a $70, maybe $75, and throw in like this car or something, you know what I mean? Give it, I understand that they've been working on it for a long time and they put in a lot of effort and everything, but it
Goodness. That was going to be my point. Is like, no matter what kind of price tag they put on this, people are going to buy it. In GTA 6, talk about a rapport with customers. They have it down to a T. They give customers what they want to do. So no matter what that price tag is going to be, people are going to pay it. And they might even make $1 billion off this game.
And plus they've got their microtransactions to go along with it. So
goodness,
they're going to make bank.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God.
They sure will, especially like GTA. When they did San Andreas, I was working at a store and like I retail, like I wanted to quit. Between that and everybody trying to get PlayStations and 360s, I was like, I'm out.
Yeah. So, I mean, me personally, I don't like how they're upping the prices on all this stuff. I don't like it. I wish they would stop. But it's kind of like, a lot of trash games that'll come out and people will still pre-order, even though they've been burned time and time again. Just like with that, people will pay these prices. So for us who want to see prices for games go down, it won't, just because, the vast majority of people will buy this game. So it's unfortunate. But I mean, I don't know. Right on.
For real. It's definitely going to be the best-selling game of the year when it gets released.
It's going to win Game of the Year. It's going to be the best-selling game for, I guess, it's coming out next year, 2025? Yeah. Right on. Okay. Right on. There you go. Our resident. While you're doing that, we got some more comments here. No, it wasn't about Panda. It was that article you pulled up. The pic on screen
Oh,
looked
okay.
like Tom from Adult Swim Toonami. Right on it. John DBZ is going to be a very high price, more than 100. I can anticipate that. Yep. Oh yeah.
I heard rumor it was going to be 120 for the standard.
Oh shoot. Yeah, that's. I'll wait till it gets to a bargain bin. It probably will be or more with gaming inflation. Gaming inflation is a little bit different than regular inflation.
Yeah, it is.
There's no reason. That's the gaming industry doing right by the customers, but there's no reason. I don't think there's any reason a game should be $70. That's just me.
I mean, with GTA, yeah, with GTA 6, I mean, I guess I could do 120 if you know I save up for my kid to get it,
right?
Because he's going to be playing it for at least a minimum of 5 years.
Yeah.
You know, so yes.
Oh shoot. Yeah.
That's what my son was wanting.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. I didn't know they had that. I know Ubisoft has theirs, and then yeah. Okay. Holy crap. Okay. Right on. This is the last one we have from Lord Beers. I understand that companies need to make a profit. That's business. You don't want to be in the red, but there's a difference between profit and bleeding people dry in the wallets. That's pure greed, and that's 100% true. What they're going to run into is economics. They're going to run into that hardcore because once you make you pass that threshold of people that are willing to buy it at that price, nobody's going to buy that game then. So, I mean, economics will win out eventually. I think if they decide to make their games $100, you'll see a flat line with all these companies.
Yeah.
And a lot more people being laid off, which I don't want to see. You know, it's the suits, not the devs, you know. But, you know, if that happens, then, you know, I'll wash my hands of it. It's like, you know, you kind of did this to yourself. Not Sony. Well, Sony, because a lot of those guys are doing the same thing. Xbox and all that. Let's get into our next article. We're going to be talking about hold on, wait. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is the one I was supposed to do at the beginning. I wanted to show the Knuckles premiere, which I think is it looks really good.
I can't wait.
Me neither. I when it was first you know, spoke about when they were talking about releasing the show, I really wanted to see Sonic Adventure 1 where Knuckles took the lead role and defeated Chaos. That's what I wanted to see. But this looks campy. This looks fun and funny, you know, so I'll probably still, you know, watch it, but that was what I wanted to see.
Yeah, they've got 6 episodes on it so far, and I'm really interested, especially with, you know, when they brought him in on Sonic 2. It was amazing. I mean, my kid went wild.
Yeah,
he's like, "That's my favorite character," and this and that.
Knuckles is good.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So, like, my thing with Sonic is I vaguely paid attention when I was a kid, but they don't really have like an extensive lore about them. So they did have a little bit of liberties they could take, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think they really got into like a real linear story until Sonic Adventure 1, where they, you know, introduced, I think Shadow was in the second one. No? Yeah, no, Chaos was the first one. But that's when they got really deep into the lore, you know. But yeah, no, they're really fun movies. They're fun, and I love seeing the way that they design Sonic. And then
the first design was something.
Yeah, that was suspect.
I just can't even.
Yeah, that one was It's like, take it back to the drawing board, guys.
For
We need you
real,
guys to do that.
yeah, yeah, that was bad. But the movies are fabulous. I mean, even my older kids in their 20s would come over and be like, "Hey, it just came out. Let's watch it." And we were actually talking about Knuckles the other day, and I was like, I can't wait for that to come out.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to be a big compliment to the movies.
Yes. Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
oh my gosh. So the one that I don't even have the video queued up, so we're just gonna move on to Silent Hill. The rumors about Silent Hill porting over the Silent Hill series. So how do we feel about that? And I know that you, gamer, you were super happy about that.
Yeah.
And I expressed that don't get me wrong, old games are freaking awesome, going back and playing them. But I would love to see them get the Resident Evil treatment. And I know they're coming out with the remake for 2. Yeah. But let's get all of them that way,
Yeah. I really love the remakes. I love what Resident Evil 2 has done. Yes, there were some things that they changed that really kind of made, like Resident Evil 3, they took a lot out and they didn't quite hit the bar of what us gamers were expecting.
Right.
But I still loved it. You've got to do something to change them. So I get that.
Yeah.
I would love to see Silent Hill ported just because I never got to play all of the originals.
Right on. Yeah.
I was in the military and doing a whole bunch. So
yeah,
I didn't get that opportunity. It would be really cool, but I also still have my PlayStation 3, so I can run out and pick them up if I want to.
Yeah.
And there's other people that are really mad that they're like, well, not for what I just spent to get these on PS3. They better not port them to new gen. And I'm like, I get it. They're doing Silent Hill 2 remakes, so maybe we'll get 1 and 3. So.
Yeah.
Yes. Where they just remastered them all.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to see that for Silent Hill. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. Like exactly what you were saying there, Panda. Freaking the Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3. They cleaned it up a little bit and they just put it out. I think people gamers would love that. They don't need anything to, be boosted into PlayStation 5, even though I would love to see that. But I am excited for Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3. I'm excited for those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. All right.
And I think that's great that they're starting to do remasters and bring back like the original classic games that really made a name for Sony.
Yeah.
And I would really love to see it, but I also want to see a remake like completely just done in the new style like they did for Resident Evil. It would be awesome to have both.
Yeah. It would be awesome to have both. Yes. I love that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And I mean, it's true because us that came up during this whole gaming revolution, we're passing it on to our kids.
That's right.
And we want to be able to share that stuff with our kids. So I think that's really good that they're starting to do the remasters of the original, but also still doing remakes.
Right on. back in the olden times. Yes, I know.
I know. When we didn't own shoes and we walked to school and home both uphill both ways in the snow.
Yeah. Uphill both ways. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Yep. I know. And horses were running by and splashing water on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we got some more comments, and then we'll get into the article real quick. Okay. This one's coming from Lord Beerus. They will learn a hard lesson at who needs the other person more. This is very true. They are we're starting to learn it better. There's been a bunch of boycotts that actually, woke companies up. So we vote with our wallets, and they will listen. That is for sure. Sure. We've got another one from DBZ, John DBZ. For example, we have a small time game that was out a year ago, and it released 3 DLC for free. Say thank you to the fans. I love games that do that. Nowadays, you don't really see that. This is very true. I know God of War just released Valhalla, and that was a free DLC. But
yeah, it was a thank you and a Christmas present. It was awesome.
That's right. Yes, I do appreciate when companies do that. John DBZ, if the fan base goes well, then it gets better if you help everyone. Yeah. We got another one from Lord Beerus. Says, in my opinion, remakes are a hit and miss. Some things good and some things not as good. But I do like they add new content in the remake. So if it's not an exact mirror clone, and it makes it more interesting to play. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's not good. Oh yeah, I remember that. It's like, and when modders got a hold of it, they made it look so much better. But they got shut down super quick. Ouch. Yeah. That's funny.
I would be so ashamed of myself.
Yes. All right, last one from Lord Beerus. Otherwise, it's like, why play it if it's exactly replica of the original, except for the graphics updates? Make it different, like a movie adaptation of a TV series, anime, cartoons, video games. I can get behind that. With some things, like, okay, for example, the new Ninja Turtles that came out, I refuse to watch that just because the story of the Turtles is outlandish. But it's like, dude, I can't wrap my head around them, freaking learning ninjutsu from a book. It's like, the way I see it is like, you read the book, it's like, oh, and you try to go get some real world kind of application to it, and you get your butt handed to you. They look so good. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
They did a good job with it in Fortnite. So, but yeah, I see that with the remakes. Like you want to be able to add something new or change something. But then there's always going to be somebody that's not satisfied.
That's true. Yeah.
There was that discussion during the Video Game Awards. Should Resident Evil 4 Remake have even been nominated as Game of the Year? Because is it really a new game? Well, yes, because it was based on the original. Yes, it did have a lot of stuff in it, but it also took a lot of stuff away. Even the separate ways DLC is different.
Yeah. Right on. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Hmm. Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I heard
which is
the
great.
mechanics were freaking a lot better. Sorry.
Mhm. No, you're good.
All
I
right,
just think it's great when they do that. They add the little extra to help round out the story and make it make more sense. It's awesome.
right on. Let's get into the article. Sorry, goodness gracious, I just get so into the discussion part. But let's get to the article real quick. All right, and this one's coming courtesy of Game Rant, by Raul Lataverde. Original Silent Hill trilogy could be making a comeback. And as far as I can tell, I've read a couple of articles on this subject, and it does seem to only be a rumor at this point. But I want to say, PlayStation's January 31st State of Play event featured the long rumored reveal of Silent Hill: The Short Message,
Yes.
which was not well received. no one no one liked it, as far as I can tell. In a Silent Hill The Short Message interview uploaded to the official Silent Hill YouTube channel, Hexadrive level design director Rika Miyatani reveals that Konami reached out to the studio to potentially port the series to current gen platforms. Everyone at Hexadrive, including Miyatani herself, were heavily involved in the discussion about these ports as big Silent Hill fans. According to Miyatani, these discussions eventually led to the team deciding that a remake would be ideal. Miyatani and other development staff began to prepare a production quality mock-up demo that could be shown to Konami as a proof of concept for the Silent Hill 2 remake. Plans did not work out for this particular remake, but Konami reached back out for development of Silent Hill: The Short Message while Bloober Team worked on Silent Hill 2. So it looks like while on the call to discuss the short message and things like that, they went into, well, why don't we just pour it over the old games? Which I think, if they did, because Konami really needs a hit. They have it's with because did you ever play Metal Gear Solid? What was that one that didn't have Snake in it? I remember we were working together, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to get home to play this game, blah 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 blah. Yes, and it was so bad, so bad. Mm. And still try to
Yeah.
continue his series. Why would they do that? That's so absolutely silly. Oh my gosh. Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh. That's great.
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh, it's Metal Gear Survive. It was horrible. Oh, it's so bad. The worst shoot, man, probably Konami game ever. Good job, Konami. But they I mean, I hate to, talk about Kojima like this, but they got rid of their cash cow, dude. They got rid of him. At least, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he's
Yeah,
got
and
more
they're all
stuff
over
going
him.
on. Yeah, he's doing good work.
Yeah, they were like, oh, you let this gem go.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, come here.
Oh yeah.
Let me polish you. Let me spoil you. Like, Sony knows how to do.
They do
that, and that's
Yes.
why they get those great games. And
That's
they're
right.
always like, hey, take your time.
Mm-hmm.
You make it the game that it should be for the fans.
Yeah.
Instead of just trying to rush it out and get it done by a specific date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
exactly.
God. Right on.
It was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know, and they're just like.
Yes.
Like, you know, as it should be, because he's fantastic.
He is.
Like, you know, we're gonna get some great stuff out of that, and being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
I can't remember the name. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah. He's wanting to make movies. I think he created a movie division in the studios. If I'm not mistaken, I read it somewhere. It was a while ago. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Quentin Tarantino. Yeah.
Like, he's got absolutely outrageous plot lines,
oh, yeah.
and stuff like that. And I still want to know what's in the freaking briefcase in Pulp Fiction. They're like, it's the soul. Well, show it to me. Prove it. Like, give me an official announcement.
Oh. That's true. So good. Exploding.
Yes,
they were basically cutting them in half, dude. It's like, holy crap. Oh.
Yes.
That was a rough one. That was hard for me to get through. But we do have some more comments real quick.
Okay.
Got to keep it fresh and interesting if you want people to buy it and play it. And yes, yep, that's why you add a little bit more that cherry on top for remakes. I totally understand. I get that. Lord Beers, thank you, Fox. We've got John DBZ. This is for Gamer Geek. What's your thoughts on a company focused on graphic and forgetting about gameplay? For example, Final Fantasy.
Well, as far as that goes, like, graphics, I love them.
Mm-hmm.
I was in school for art, graphic design, all that other stuff. I want realistic. I want to be able to see that. I love how video gaming has evolved. Mm-hmm. But if the gameplay mechanics aren't there and it's not an enjoyable experience, those graphics don't mean anything to me. Mm-hmm. Like Resident Evil 5 for me, since that's one of the older ones that I played recently. Their gameplay mechanics just aren't as good as the other games, and it could be a really enjoyable game if it wasn't for that.
Mm-hmm. Right on.
So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right
yeah.
on.
So, like, and especially in a game like Final Fantasy, if it's hard for you to get weapons or swing your sword or climb and jump, you know, it's the same thing with Forspoken. I was really excited for that game to come out, and I got a hold of the demo, and I was just like, how do I even climb? Like, it was extremely frustrating. They were like, well, you know, you see the commands, you see you can push this button, you can see you can do that, and none of it worked really. And it was just, you know, like, okay, so I can walk up to somebody and beat the crap out of them, but the rest of the stuff that I need to do to clear this level, I can't do because the gameplay mechanics are awful.
Yeah.
But the graphics, fabulous.
Yeah. Oh, Redfall, probably. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. they, were, they were like, you computer animated that gameplay. This isn't real at all.
Right on. All right, let's we got more comments. That's a really great question. I think it was referring to a John DBZ. Yes, that was a great question. John DBZ, casual. You can look at the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Yes, as far as adding more stuff to it, it looks really good. I actually need to get through Final Fantasy 16, but I need to, and then I'll tackle the remake Final Fantasy 7 because it does look really good.
It really does.
We have another one from Lord Beerus. Konami had a hit.
Which hit are you referring to?
I think he might have. Oh, are we? Right on. Oh, he could be talking about Metal Gear Survive and just being funny. He could be.
He does have quite a sense of humor, so sometimes he does that sarcasm, and you're just like.
Right on. Another one from Lord Beerus, Castlevania, but they abandoned it. Yeah. Yes. Oh yeah.
That is true.
Mm-hmm. Then another one from Lord Beerus. Konami was one of the gaming godfathers in the 80s and 90s. Mm-hmm. Then poof, they turned their back on their loyal fan base. They don't seem to care. Kojima is their number one cash cow. 100%. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay. Oh.
Wow.
Shame on you, Panda. For shame.
You should have just put on a mask, grabbed it, and run as fast as you could.
Bro.
What are you doing, dude? Yeah.
Now it's worth like millions.
Missed opportunity.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, we've got another one. What's in the box? Oh yeah, that was
briefcase, man.
I want to say 7.
Yeah, 7 with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, and more
at the end.
Almost Morris Chestnut. But it's what's his name? The old guy.
Morgan Freeman.
There you go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's in the box?
Yeah. I scream that constantly just because I can. You know, every time we get a package, I'm all, what's in the box?
That's great. Lord Beerus again. That's a reference to the movie 7 with Brad Pitt. LOL. Yes.
Okay, there we go.
And then
look at you explaining yourself, Lord Beerus.
We got there eventually. And then we got Mills in Somerset. I don't even know what that's in reference to. I have no idea.
I'm drawing a blank too.
Okay, yeah, I got it. I got one. Here.
Of course, I didn't sleep last night, so.
And you got up early, right? Or no?
Yes.
You went late, so.
So I stayed up really late and got up really early.
Yes, it's the names of
the
the names of the characters, the detectives.
Oh yeah. No, I don't care about the characters. I'm just like, Brad Pitt looked pretty and screamed, "What's in the box?" And his girlfriend's head was in there.
My favorite iteration of Brad Pitt is Troy with the long hair.
He did amazing in that movie. Like I made my daughter sit down and watch it with me one day. She was like, I don't want to. And I'm like, no, you're watching this. This is like the best movie you'll ever see. And then after that, she was like, can I borrow it? And I was like, told you.
There you go. Getting the kids into the, really good movies. He got back to us. That's the detective's names from 7. Yes.
Okay. Well, thanks. A little late, but thanks, Lord Beerus.
Well, I appreciate it. Mills in Somerset. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but I do know it's a really good one. All right, so we're going to move on to our last story. and it's in reference to Xbox again, and how the FTC is coming after them again for letting go people at the 1,900 workers at Microsoft.
Yes. They're very mad about that.
They are.
Xbox is saying that there were already planned layoffs before the merger, but that wasn't disclosed
right
during the FTC trial. They're also saying that basically the merger has created redundant jobs, so they're laying off all these people that are in the same position and giving them to the other people, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And Microsoft swears up and down that if they reverse the acquisition, that Activision Blizzard will be able to stand alone. But how is that possible when either you're going to shoot yourself in the foot as far as your developers, or you're going to shoot them in the foot as far as their developers?
Right.
So exactly. Yeah. It really does, because you can do that 2-year contract and be like, at the end of this 2 years we have the chance to review and either terminate you or renew your contract. And that could have been something, like you said, that was going on, but they didn't disclose it during the merger. They didn't do a press release about it before the merger was finalized, which I think has really hurt them, and it's also causing a lot of trust issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I think it was Activision Blizzard's employees that were actually the ones being laid off, and then like Bob for Toys, they closed it completely.
Oof.
And you're just like, well, I guess Crush Bandicoot's dead now, which is unfortunate, because that's like the Mario of Sony. And it's just like, it's just not a good look. If Activision was planning on doing all these layoffs, you would think that a $70 billion merger would have saved the jobs instead of taking them away.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah. Yeah. Because that's just more money for them, Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. And in the trial, they also made all these promises about how, well, for one, it would help Xbox win the console war, for two, it would create more jobs. Yeah. 3, they were gonna bring more business about, because they were gonna put Call of Duty on the Nintendo Switch, which I don't see them being able to do very well. Just because, and I love Nintendo. I have Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation here at the house. So I don't want to offend any fans, but I've got all three, and the gamer PCs.
Yeah, but, that's hilarious.
You know, like they're promising Call of Duty on these platforms, and then one of their excuses was, like he said, PlayStation got the exclusivity for the 10 years. Well, I'm sorry, 2 weeks in the grand scheme of things isn't very much to wait for a game. So okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if they extended it or not, but I knew that the original agreement was 10 years. So, true.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the article. That was my wife just now, so got to speed this along, apparently.
Everybody misses you.
Yeah, okay. Update: FTC files complaint against Microsoft over recent Xbox layoffs. And this is coming courtesy of Game Developer by Justin Carter. All right, so in a statement to Game Developer, Microsoft condemned the FTC for ignoring the reality that the deal itself has substantially changed. The Xbox maker argued it was required last year by the UK CMA to restructure its deals. It also points to its Call of Duty and cloud-related agreements as further proof of its evolution. In a separate letter, it said the FTC was unable to prove Microsoft has both the ability and incentive to make Call of Duty Xbox exclusive. The FTC is unable to articulate any harm from the Finnish merger, it added, and has incomplete and misleading assertions. The layoffs at Activision Blizzard were already going to happen, said Microsoft, merger or no, and if a divestiture was ordered, Activision Blizzard is operating in a way that it continue to be a robust market participant. And that's to your point, Panda, that you made. However, Microsoft noted this with some skepticism, saying it would be an unlikely event to happen. Right on. So, right now it's just a complaint. I mean, we'll definitely keep an eye on this the as it develops, but I would like to see I would like to see what the FTC has that will, aid them in their argument, because one of the things that really has FTC at a disadvantage is how hard they went after Microsoft from the beginning, so to me, when I look at this, it just looks like they're trying to hang on to a sliver. Yeah, they found a sliver of red meat and they're going to try to take that to the finish line. So if they would have approached this from a very calm position from the beginning, I wouldn't be so skeptical of their intentions when they go after Microsoft for this. So right now, I'm just looking at the story and just following along with whatever gets revealed, but I don't really have a comment on that.
I think the only way that the FTC would be able to do anything about this merger, especially as far as reversing it, is if employee stuff was covered in the merger itself.
Right.
Before they decided it. Like, I know that there's a lot of like sometimes when companies buy each other out, they'll have like an employee clause, like you have to keep these individuals, or you have to keep all of the employees and just absorb them into your company for X amount of years, unless this or this. Obviously, if they're not good people and they're stealing money or they're not doing their job, obviously you can fire them. But I think unless the FTC specifically covered that during this whole trial acquisition thing, I don't think they have a leg to stand on.
Right on. What say you, Panda? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And before the merger was even done.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would think so. And
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to get my hands on that one. I'm excited.
Right.
Yeah. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't want another MK1 debacle. That was horrible.
So bad.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
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 Yeah, because like with Mortal Kombat 11, it actually looked really great on the Switch.
Right on.
It was darker, and obviously the graphics are better on PlayStation 5 because I have both versions. But I was really surprised when MK1 came out with how bad it was, and I'm more like Fortnite runs great on it.
Yeah.
You know, so I know fighting games and online multiplayer games can run on Switch.
Yeah.
It's going to be those graphics that are going to be the concern, because people want to be able to take Call of Duty on the go, and that's the whole purpose of it. But I'm just worried because, like y'all were saying, they signed all these contracts before. They've done nothing with it. There haven't even been announcements for it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Correct. Yeah. And the layoffs and all the bad press and everything.
Oh man. Not Microsoft's week. Not their week. No.
No.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. We'll have to wait till next week to see what Phil has to say about all this.
Yes. I wish we could break these things. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you know, Phil's getting on. We're going to him live or whatever.
I know. I wish we could do that too.
Because, you know, day jobs and all that good stuff. One last, yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I think everybody was disappointed with the state of play when PlayStation did it earlier this month.
Yeah.
I mean, I did enjoy the sneak peeks. I did enjoy the games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just felt like it was lacking, and especially like with Death Stranding, they're just like, you know, maybe 2025, but you know, it was all right. But like if Silent Hill 2, they gave no indication. They didn't say 2024. They didn't say 2025. They just said nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
And so everybody was upset. And then they were like, but don't worry, we're coming back in 2 days to talk to you about Final Fantasy.
Oh my gosh.
And so, you know, but I get what you're saying. I think that, you know, Nintendo can do their Nintendo Direct. I don't know what Xbox does and the state of play and everything, but I think there should still be one where they all kind of come together and talk about what they're going to do with the industry as a whole. Because you can be a competitor and still work together.
Yes, right.
And that's what we haven't really been seeing. And I think that that's what Xbox is probably trying to do with the rumors that are going on. And I think that it could be revolutionary if they do it right.
It will change the gaming industry for better or for worse. It's going to upend it and it's going to change forever. You know, so I mean, I'm looking forward to it. You know, just whether it's a train wreck that you know just can't look away from, or it absolutely changed it in a good way. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens after this.
Yeah, it'd be great to get another change like when the PlayStation 1 came out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We got a couple more comments really quickly, and then we'll get off of here. I don't want to get yelled at. So from Lord Beerus, he says, "You're welcome, Miss Geek." And then last one, that cat persuaded Geek to pick it up.
I wasn't persuaded. I was pushed out of the way. And then he jumped up on my lap. So
that's good.
The cats run this joint. They just let me live here.
Oh, Lord Beerus with another comment. He said, excellent panel, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lord Beerus. That's awesome. For anyone who wants to get in contact with Gamer Geek or Large Region Panda, we have a ticker down at the bottom. You can find them at their various socials, and they will be also in the description. So don't worry, once the video goes off, you can also get into the description and find them there. Before we take off, anyone have any last words about here, hold on real quick. Lord Beers, she steals my thunder. But any last last comments on what we talked about today?
No.
Oh yeah, they're calling it Delta. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. No, it's cross-platform, because whenever Xbox did their showcase, they had it on their showcase too. Yeah. So it's gonna be cross-platform. And I think even Konami is a second party or third party developer. I don't think they are owned by Sony.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he can do whatever. He doesn't have anyone telling him.
Let him be free.
Oh yeah, that's all he wanted from the beginning too. I'm sure.
And he's gonna put out great stuff because of it.
Oh yeah.
You know, he already had really great stuff.
Yes.
Like I really loved at the showcase or at the state of play when they were just like, you know, he's here, he's doing this work. We're just, whenever you're ready, we're here. Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, that's right. Bow down to him.
Yes.
So.
All right. Freaking we'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for joining in. I really appreciate it. It's always so much fun. You know, I mean, having people on is fun, but having someone as sharp and as, you know, like great opinions as you guys do, hands down, best live streams I've ever had. Hands down.
Well, thank you. Yeah, Panda brings a lot to the table too.
Oh yeah, he does.
I know.
Especially the lols.
Yeah. Except you got rid of the mustache, so.
He did get the top hat.
But we got the top hat. Yes. Yes. There we go.
Right on. Oh my god.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for having us, Casual.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. Absolute pleasure. And we will talk offline just even for a little bit. And I will, freaking tell you how much I appreciate you guys showing up. I appreciate that.
Well, thanks for having us.
Oh yeah, right on.
All right. Yes.
All right. Thank you everyone who joined in. Really appreciate it. Lord Beerus, especially John DBZ. You guys always show up and it is always awesome to have you. If you wanted to leave a like, subscribe is the best thing you could do for the channel, and we really appreciate it. If you want to support the channel further, we do have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. It's also on the side there, which is very new. You can toss a couple bucks. It helps us get to where we can do this full time. And if you didn't want to do that, check out our Amazon affiliates link, also in the description. Buy yourself something, and Amazon kicks us back a few things, which we very much appreciate. So that's it for the live stream. Until the next time, keep it casual. Peace.
There we go.